Hey guys, JSimLady here. Today we're working on part 2, side 2 of this Henford on Bagley duplex. I did decide to move the family from next door into this side of the duplex, and now I'm wondering if that was a mistake. Well, not a mistake per se, but the way I decorated this duplex was for a husband-wife couple, and now I'm worried that they might be a brother-sister family. So initially, I thought the family next door had children. They do not. I did not check on them further than that. I grabbed them out of their home, evicted them, and then moved them into this duplex here and started decorating based on just the vibes of what I saw from them. You know, just them, the Sims themselves, not anything else. I didn't look at anything else. I didn't investigate them. But here's the thing. For some reason, and I don't know, maybe this is common in other areas. It's not common where I'm at, though. But for some reason, we have at least 2 families in The Sims 4 where it's a brother and sister who own a home together, which I didn't think about until I started doing this voiceover. And now that I think about it, it feels a little bit weird, right? But there are at least 2 that I know of, and those are just the ones I remember. I have a terrible memory. There could be more. This could be a brother and sister, and I decorated their house for a husband and wife who could potentially have children in the future. So now I have to go back and check and see. We'll find out at the end of the video when I do the walkthrough if it's a brother and sister or husband and wife, in which case I may have to update this house. Or, I guess one of them could sleep in the child's bedroom. I don't know. I should have checked first, and I didn't. I just moved these Sims in. But that does mean we will be doing a market or a park or something of some kind in that lot in the center. I just feel like it makes more sense this way. This house is kind of tucked behind some other buildings more, whereas the other 2 house lots here in this downtown area of Henford on Bagley were more in the open, especially that middle one. It has that like garden next to it, and it's like right there in front of the area where the festivals and everything happen. So I feel like that it fits better. Like this is a little duplex off to the side, and then you have a couple of community lots, and that gives us more options for things in this town. There are not a ton of lots in this town, and the more options that we have, the better. We could even do, using Adventure Awaits, we could even do a couple of different things going on there. We could have a market and something else, you know what I mean? I'm not sure what, but leave a comment down below letting me know what you think would work together. I'll have to think about it a little while, but yeah, I definitely want to do something in that center lot there, which is kind of right across from where the festivals and stuff are. It's kind of right directly across from where the pub is. And that's something we should work on in the future too. I just feel, and I do this every year around this time, I just feel very, I want to build country, cottagey type stuff. Maybe it's summer, maybe it's because it has very summer vibes, I don't know. But I always want to do camping and camping related stuff in like outdoor retreat and stuff at the end of summer, early fall too. I don't know. That's just, those are the things I associate with that time of year. Is that weird? That might be a little bit weird. But anyways, so I tried to keep a happy medium between not being too overcluttered, because I don't love a ton of clutter everywhere. It does cause issues in the game. It does cause routing issues. There are a couple of my builds that I put up on the gallery that are meant for the all pack save file that I'm going to have to go back in and fix because some clutter items have caused routing issues. And that last that park that I did recently, that caused routing issues in one area of the park. Like I had that vine that I put up around the pavilion gazebo. It's not really a gazebo. It's just, I don't know what you'd call it. It's just like a shelter thing for the chess tables. And I put that vine around it to kind of decorate it, and it works fine. But when I put that vine over next to the bathroom, the Sims wouldn't use, well, they did at first, they used the bathroom, and then the second time that I tried it, they wouldn't use the bathroom. So sometimes stuff like that does cause routing issues one time or in one game or in one save file and not in the next. It's weird and it's annoying. And I've run into that several times now. And so I don't like to add a ton of clutter that might cause your Sims major routing issues. Like I'll clutter up a table or a nightstand or whatever, and that's fine. That might, like the dining table in this home right here, might cause some issues. I might have cluttered it up just a little bit too much, that it causes that seat closest to the kitchen to have some issues where they won't use it. And you might not even notice it because they'll just go sit on the couch or something to eat, and you might think that that's a choice. It's one that the Sim made, but in reality, it's not a choice. They can't use that second dining chair because I cluttered the table too much. And actually, now that I think about it, towards the end of the video, I will add a knitting basket, and that might also cause problems with the dining table. So, I don't love adding a ton of clutter everywhere because it can cause issues with Sims being able to use and get to things. There are some items and sometimes when they'll do things just fine. No problem. I've seen so many people build a 1x2 or 1x3 tile bathroom and fit a sink, a toilet, and a shower in there, and their Sims use it just fine. But I bring a Sim into a room like that and they refuse to walk into the bathroom at all. I don't know. This game is weird sometimes. And yes, I did just go over to the other house. I realized, one, I forgot a thermostat. And Henford on Bagley, if you have seasons, does in fact get cold and snowy in the winter. So you want a thermostat. Two, even though they kind of nerfed it a little bit and it doesn't affect the Sims quite as much as it did when it first came out, it does affect them some. Like there are some instances, like in a single family home, where if you don't have a thermostat or some way to warm your Sims, like a fireplace or something, occasionally, not always, but occasionally they will get cold inside. It's not very often though. They did kind of nerf it a little bit, but that being said, I like it for the realism more than anything else because you don't need it in rental properties of any kind. The game just doesn't require it, I guess. The game takes care of it itself. But it's still nice to have, and they do get a good moodlet from having it. So, and it does slightly affect their bills too. Their bills will slightly go up or down depending on the situation. So I do like to have it for that reason. And I forgot that I didn't add it into the other side. I forgot it on the other side basically. And then I realized, well, there are a few other instances. Oh, I forgot a trash can on the other side as well. So I went back. But I realized that there were some things that I wanted to have in the same place on both sides. If you have one owner, they're going to put the same things in the same place in the same way on both sides, right? And so I wanted the fire alarm to be in the same place on both sides, assuming there is a separate owner who is not living here. Although I might have these guys right here owning the whole building. I don't know yet. It's gonna be, I don't know how to pull that off once there are Sims living there, because the game just assigns a default Sim for ownership. But yeah, we'll figure it out. That's a problem for later. But anyways, here's the kids' bedroom. I think I'm gonna leave it because I don't know. That feels weird though. Yeah, we'll find out at the end of the video whether I need to leave it or change it. I decided to go with kind of a country horse theme in this room. I just thought it was cute, and I do use some of the horse stuff sometimes, like once in a while. No, that's not true. I use a lot of the Horse Ranch pack stuff frequently, but I don't use the horse swatches of things very often. I mostly use like the sheep or whatever swatches of everything, and like that horse painting there. I do use that, but I use the sheep one more. And so I decided to make the bedroom very horse themed. The kid, whoever it is, if these guys are a husband and wife and they have a kid together, can be into horses. And that's cute and that's cool. And I like that. So I went with it because I never do it. But I mostly went for a country eclectic flea market style for the whole house here, because that's what vibe I was getting from these Sims. And I assume, I wasn't sure if they were more like animal country people or plant country people. They're living like in a home. It didn't have any animal pens or anything on it that I saw. And it's kind of like in a downtown area. So I didn't think that they were into animal keeping, but I did briefly consider putting chickens or maybe sheep or the mini goats down in that grass area in their yard, and just having a few more of the single plant pots scattered around their yard and stuff for growing stuff. Ultimately, I decided against it because I do have a lot of plans. We have a big farm that I made a long time ago, and then I updated it for businesses and hobbies to have like kind of a farm market right there on the farm. And I have plans for other farms and horse ranches and like combination horse ranch farm things. So I thought, you know what, we'll just leave these guys being town folk. You know what I mean? Because we're gonna have plenty of farms in this save file, I feel like. So we'll go with this way. And there, that table is probably now potentially unusable by Sims. I never play tested it because I didn't think of it, but they can sit on the couch and eat. It's fine. I sit on the couch and eat, and if it's good enough for me, it's good enough for Sims. Anyways, bathrooms are boring. I don't care much about them, so they only get the basics, and we will be just about done. As soon as this bathroom is done, there were some areas that I struggled. It's like every time I try to find a design style, I feel like there's not enough that I could use. Every time, doesn't matter what the style is. Modern, country, I can never find enough. Anyways, we're done. And here we have it. Can I go down, please? There we go. I did check. They are a husband and wife, thankfully. I decorated it properly for the family. I'm so happy it turned out, because I was not looking forward to completely altering this video at the last minute. But it worked out. So we have the garden here, and we have more like garden stuff here for doing some gardening. They have lots of space in their big kitchen to cook. And then I moved the dining table out here rather than being in the kitchen. Like, it's an eat-in kitchen technically, and they could just eat here, but I liked the idea of them using a table in the kitchen for extra workspace, you know what I mean? And then they sit out here to eat instead. Cozy little living room, TV not the focus. They like knitting, they like books, they like to work in the garden, that kind of stuff. So I just put an old-fashioned box TV on there for them. Then we have a room for their future child with all the horsey stuff, which I thought was absolutely adorable. I suppose I could have put more in here, but honestly, the other part of not loving clutter is that if you put too many homes with too much clutter, like my computer can handle it, but not everybody's computer can. And it does contribute to save file corruption. Not that save file corruption is as big of an issue as people online have made it out to be, but it can still be an issue occasionally, and I don't want to contribute to it. If I can at all avoid it. We have the basic bathroom here, and then the primary bedroom right here, all decked out for our freshly moved in couple. So there you have it. I think it turned out cute. I love this little country duplex, and I'm glad I built it. I debated it so much for so long that I'm glad I finally just went ahead and did it, because I think it turned out so adorable, and I love it here in Henford on Bagley, and I really hope you love it too. If you did, don't forget to like and subscribe. All support is very much appreciated, and it will help me with the YouTube algorithm, because the YouTube algorithm is being a real pain lately. So if you could help me out with that, I would very much appreciate it, and I will see you in the next one. Bye.